penny we do ethics committee.
Oh, okay. Hey.
Yeni Kofi Manu wonderful ne kokasa. Wonderful. Yemo official pa em watching Ediba Nhyira FM wo Kumasi so.
Njo so PJ.
Na nima mu ti say.
It is any audio na o resign wa mo ya mane no.
Sir.
Oh.
Na afia ko sia.
Na me ntia. Asante mawura ene na trankonya. Ene o atiefo nyina. Ye pa bronya na chese ye ti fie covid ne asana ahase no. Ye hwe ye ho so yi.
And then any agent COVID the whole the course we as a with particular reference to UK and the cases across is in a day is about 47,000 over 47,000 cases normal recorded. Almost death toll is about 414. Ghana has also no Ghana Health Service. I mean, I say yes, so cases in air cost. Any agent say who be here say UK for you know be here say or me suspend some other die so we am suspend your games no yeah Ghana days so who be here say your games yi yen suspend at the time in part supporters cry any club say fight say ye nya omo no mo park and omra stadium
PJ say we no ne kan no Ghana no wo kan asem na nipa wo kan no ye hwe wo na asem na wo kan no ni aba ye wo mu ye hwe we didn't say Ghana ha Yeniema yen luckily for us awia no ntino COVID no entim yekese. And I know very well say you starting matches 3 o'clock. At that time no temperature be around 28 30 sometimes tamalinum 34. Virus from medical experts entim heat after 25 degrees Celsius. And yenya kwenya say the bobola. We must look at all these things. Why will we fix a match? Ewo anajo. Yenim said that time the weather is very cold. At that time the virus timi operate. Ghana for we have the advantage and the opportunity between 3 and 5 a ball without any cause for alarm. All these things in all can obi free so that's Obama or Rani FA obey. Mimi the supporters say Eco Park. Say you have a ball even from 2 to 4. Now supporters Eco Park from all indications, and you're dangerous. But because you won't pay for the animal under these circumstances, Bebe Tnasi, but this scientific analysis based on near amount for about the virus, because I don't see why we should play matches after 6 o'clock. Ghana in this pandemic. Media, and that is why the supporters say has no from 6 o'clock. Park supporters in Park Bebe Fiso. But born maybe 8 o'clock when Nipano did a sabe. 10 o'clock. That time the virus is operating. In slowly. But if we agree, say, we will not play matches anything after 5 o'clock, whether no air performance, then you can make a case. Say, after all, medical experts say virus, from 26 degrees Celsius, it cannot survive. So by 5 o'clock, Ghana, the temperature is around 28. So people can go to the and rush home before temperature drop. You can make a case, and the government, in consultation with the Ghana Medical Association, the health authority, may accept to allow some spectators to come to the pitch.
All right, and I appreciate now. And any share with the ethics committee, almost sanctions are almost the 1 year ban. And then the fine of 5,000. No, almost also a request is and the 30th. As I was up here before them, for them to deal with the substantive issue. And what's over everyone answer time and abako.
Oh, everyone, you mean
as a first time, no one cooperative with them. No, this time around, one side on your wife is over cooperative with them.
They don't even understand the word corporate. What the PJ? Yamfan say law e the basic law I will be as and the difference between investigation and adjudication. And I'm a boy. And until Magana ha, you were pussy for abe investigation. So be free to be a bonia. Even cry we are, the fire now comma, Attorney General. Na Attorney General him, and we say Nippon investigation. Lawyer for more can be the premier facet case. You establish BBA, you bet media foreign who are born in charge. Our court. Courts don't make investigations and educate on matters. And in this same code of ethics now, our honor, your culture will say, as per Article 5, say, ethics committee should have two chambers, the investigatory and the adjudicatory. So that we are on the 17th of September, no more email charge sheet Abrami. Wabra, you have not invited me to put up a written statement. You have not done anything to show say you are investigating a matter because you have had a video from somewhere. You just put up charges. Okay, if you have skipped the investigatory process, they are saying you are adjudicatory stage. You want to prosecute him. And our Constitution, Article 19, requires to say, even in criminal matters, say what per se, what charge you will be for an offense. You provide the person with all the relevant material, a work case for him to be able to open up a defense. The material say, one charging already there, and they won't provide me with these things. Because in the code of ethics, actually say there must be a complaint or the investigatory chamber or the assembly, you can start investigating. But when you start investigating somebody, you must write to the person that you are investigating him and you need his cooperation. That is where cooperation comes in. But we investigation, we now charging him now in the court. He is left with a choice. Say, open up defense, appear no open up defense or not. Now, some mature Abraham say, Article 68, 68 requires say, you furnish me with a final report of the investigatory chamber and the investigation file. The investigation file, all we know, say, will have to contain the written complaint, the written statement of witnesses, the written statement of the accused himself, and any other evidences gathered, and the conclusion of the investigation. You have refused to provide these things for me. Then you say I should come there. To come and do what? Then you end up saying, and they are lawyers. He's about 35 years at the bar. Then you say, if you accuse somebody and he says, bring me evidence that you want to use to prosecute me. Now I'm farmer where the person is not cooperating. I've never seen this before in my life. And it can only happen in Ghana Football Association under Keto Kriku. If they are setting up a kangaroo court to try people, they should do it. They were doing it. They sanctioned need a con sanctioned blah 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 blah. Me those days, I didn't want to complain because I me. Because I will not cry more than the bereaved. Because say na bet to me. Na say bet to me. Me chira one say emra. But what am I kind small team being chira? The code of ethics. Scope of application. The answer for persons covered. Article 2:1. This code shall apply to all officials and players as well as match agents and intermediaries under the conditions of Article 1 of this present code. Now, let me define official. Official, any executive council member, committee member, referee, assistant referee, coach, trainer, or any other person responsible for technical, medical, or administrative matters in GFA, a member, a league, or a club, as well as all other persons obliged to comply with the GFA status, except players and intermediaries. So it means that even the committee members are bound by this code. So if you are a committee member and you are bound by this code, and you want to use this code to try somebody, and you go to Article 5, that says that the ethics committee shall be composed of an investigatory chamber and an adjudicatory chamber. 2. Ethics committee proceedings shall be made of an investigation and an adjudicatory process. You have refused to set up the 2 chambers, but you want to try people and sentence them. What type of injustice is that?
Like I said, we anomalies with the processes are lead to your sanctions preferred against you. And in a nutshell, no better chess. And I say, another love letter, the ethics committee through the general secretary, and one copy FIFA.
Yeah.
And did you person achieve? Then I pay FIFA amount.
Once we are all bound by the ethics, a code of ethics, no? Whether you are serving on a committee or not, should be within the confines of the provisions of the code of ethics. Now, even the suspension, let me tell you the contradictions and how they are exposing themselves as being ignorant about the things that they even want to use against others. Now, they quoted Article 18. I actually say, will be incorporated, you can sanction. Unfortunately, they know, say, as lawyers, they know very well, say, it was general law. There was specific law. When obeyed, it must fall under the general law. But once there is a rule that deals with that particular matter, you don't apply the general rule. It is basic first year law school. Call law school that. The issue they are talking about, if you assume that they have been inviting me to investigate me, even though they have gone past that one, then I am saying, say, I need this, you are not bringing it up. The specific rule to be used is enshrined in Article 64, Paragraph 4. TNU. If the parties and other persons bound by this code fail to cooperate in establishing the facts of the case, the chief of the investigation may request the chairperson of the investigatory chamber to impose a warning, and in case of recurrence, to impose disciplinary measures, including a ban on taking part in any football-related activity of up to 90 days. If the chairperson is acting as the chief of the investigation, the deputy chairperson shall decide. That is the specific rule. Assuming without admitting, say, they are saying, I'm not cooperating for investigations to go on. At the investigative level, no, you are looking for facts, and therefore people are obliged under compulsion to assist the investigative body. But once you go past the investigative body and you go to education to prosecute, you already have the facts. You don't need assistance or cooperation of a party or an accused person to be able to establish another party. His is to come and open defense. And if the person is saying, say, by our own law, you need to give me the case file and the final report. So provide me with all these things through the investigation chambers now, because you have not done proper work, you don't have it. And instead of you eating the humble pie and say, Kofi Manu, we didn't do it. We don't have these things, but we just want you to come. We have to start investigating before we go ahead. Fine. Then you go and say we are not cooperating. Until we are finding me, we are banning me with the general rule. How dull they are.
Wonderful. I'm saying, who crusade the say to me, near the Obaha, and I'll be to my Coshrano, now about how to but the nutshell, and say, and the invitation on the man Obako.
No, my son, actually, on the areas that you look at. And
now,
redeem themselves.
When there is a general law and a special law, mumitia, the special law overrides the general law. No, some principle no offense. Generally, specially, but non-derogant. No, who goes your way?
And I wouldn't say the late lawyer being man, nam. A lawyer Kwakuba.
I think the show let him say, you should apply the principles of generally. Specially, boss non-derogant. No, no. If
you do that, somebody can take you on. Me say, lawyer Nyaka say general law or not specific law. You don't apply the general law when the specific law nipan offense falls under the specific law. Intermediate, they are lawyers. They must go and do their research. Lawyer. What can one say me?
Wonderful. And they won't call one. Or find somebody a man won't ya. It is almost no tell somebody.
Sababe si can go everyone. I am a prescribe after more. I go to your workers. Cow. Sikabe bebe na kwesi yan techi jan wa bebe ye renovation unnecessary renovation security niema na asika na sano. Enya fine to anybody be tia man poka wo. Be friend nipa kakra 5,000, we 5,000. Even appeal kura no ba ko ye regulation appeal wo ko appeal 3,000. I don't GFA no e obi dia. But CJ ma and the American say e ma nipa hu ni say eye Kofi Manu na asemo. The Ghana Football Association gradually dropping it down to earth. I ever say kojoto. Because people will not respect any committee. People will not honor any committee invitation. Because when they know that you yourself and you are not abiding by the rules and regulations you want to use against somebody, they won't come. Me, neither I couldn't supporter. I told him Sunday when I met him, this sanction is nothing. Go and watch your matches as supporter. But you say, oh no, I couldn't have told him, say, any wrong. I just told him, say, don't mind them. I mean, in the cancer. And gradually, as people continue to know, Unity FC, Richmond. Ethics committee attempt. It is gradually coming. Obiaba committee meeting. What they are saying to Nani? Our culture was say, and that day I was there in the room. Our culture was say, I do ya o kan anya no kure. Momfa we mrame. Say be ya men so no me boy tie ni mahu say sem na ye no kure na say anya no kure. Moko ya sabe 2 months 3 months. We ya ban on 5 months. 5,000 without giving the person another hearing and providing those things. Now, we are you not destroying the FA? Now, the American now say they should invoke Article 42 of the same Code of Ethics. That says, if the Ethics Committee may rectify any error at any time. Now that I have pointed out to them their error, it is in their interest to invoke Article 42 to reverse the matter. When him say, I'm sorry to say this, COP Kofi Boakye no madam papa. Tama, Techiman City case in a buyer bedding Nicky Charles called Ethics Committee. You call and I raised certain issues. They didn't understand. They rude. You call appeal, no. Make actually like Nikki say, we're a simple thing. When you say at that time, and that's a one say vote in years at the bar, you cannot be a chairman of ethics committee. That was the only clause we used. A case in Yatochunia, Techman City Football Club, Bebo Premier Division. And it embarrassed my own friend, former Katangi, Kofi Boate. Yeah, because of that, into me, and straight to send a first, yeah. And that is why I want to avoid that embarrassment. And see, I'm going to appeal. Because certainly at the appeal, they will reverse the decision. So I've given them the opportunity to reverse it. If they don't do it,
okay,
Ghana football will be forced to resign.
All right. What have you done? Say, I don't pay only a casa in FM. So the baby more chimbiano, the baby name about the casa.
So, Madam, I see the British Mamma Maconia, my chair was in for you now.
Now, Madame Fayala, how in Chiano?
I had a crashing on me argument with Brivino.
Aye.
Catch us up a channel. Now, catch us a mamma argument. You are nobody of a number.
And you also appeal round 2. I don't bet you could try your bra. None in the Yama prepare and found Yemen now. We are singing our books in our bra, Nibisiano.
Oh, not some funny, dear Mara. Yeah, we are putting in our
okay. Okay.